Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, February 24th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2023. A large plasma filament has ejected from the sun, recorded as an M3.8 solar flare, and some of it may be headed towards Earth. The good news is that we'll report on this in just a moment. The big story, however, more than 700,000 without power in Michigan after an ice storm hits California, and California faces the threat of blizzards. Keep calm. It's blizzard time. Los Angeles sees its first blizzard warning since 1989, and the snowmen are, well, a little bit dirty. Portland records the snowiest day since 1943. Landing at number 2 on the all-time list. Holy macaroni. Take a look at some of those pictures. Low temperature records set at SeaTac Airport. In fact, SeaTac Airport dropped to 22 degrees Friday morning, breaking the old record for February 24th of 24 degrees set back in 2011. That's a 2-degree difference. As Utah ski resorts enjoy record-breaking snow, ho, ho, ho. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Storm dumps 4 feet of snow in parts of the Carbon County. Cheyenne sets record low of -19. The latest Arctic front to blast Wyoming put to rest any thoughts of an early spring ding-ding as multiple feet of snow fell in at least 3 counties, and sub-zero temperatures broke at least one record in the state on Wednesday and Thursday morning. In fact, -19, the record low, and 42 inches along Jack Creek and Sugarloaf are all records. So, hello, Wyoming, you're buried. Upper Peninsula buried as well as a town sees a 20-inch snowfall, smashing the 30-year record for snowfall on the Upper Peninsula, where it snows a lot. Guys, global warming much? Nah, I think it may be the grand solar minimum. Now, earlier today, there were over 800,000 people without power in California and Michigan. Let's update this and see what it looks like now. Okay, 555,000 now without power in Michigan, and just under 100,000 in California. So the numbers are getting better, which is good news because more snow is coming and nobody's bumming. Here is the snowfall analysis from the last 72 hours of powers. Some of the biggest totals here are coming from southwestern Colorado in my region. Take a look at this. Southwest San Juan's getting buried in up to 5 feet of snow. Here we are in Utah. Northern Utah had a huge swath of heavy dips and dumps. Look at how deep that is. That is epic. Now, the most snow in the Sierras are up here near Tahoe in the Sierra Crest, where they got up to 3 feet of snow over the last 3 days. More snow is coming and no one's bumming. Some people in Southern California said, we only got a few inches, man. They predicted 2 feet. I was like, yeah, the storm starts today and it will go through the weekend. So if you're in California, the storm is not ending anytime soon. It's a boom. Let's take a look at the totals for the Midwestern storm. It's looking like a foot or more for most of the regions. Just north of Minneapolis, they saw 1.5 feet, as well as the Upper Peninsula. The Northeast, not much happening there, up to 1 foot of snow in Maine, a region of 1 foot of snow here in Vermont. New Hampshire picking up 8 to 10 inches, as well as the Dax. More snow is coming in the forecast as a major winter storm is impacting California. Numerous weather hazards are expected today and Saturday as well across the Golden State, especially Southern California, from a cold and vigorous winter storm. Heavy to excessive rainfall with flooding is expected and likely from Los Angeles to San Diego, and dangerous and potentially life-threatening snow-related impacts are likely for the mountain desert and foothills, roadways in Southern California, and many more, as Al Gore's or Nevada winter storm warnings and watches up Arizona, Utah, a couple places here in southwestern Colorado, as well as northern Montana, North Dakota, and a little tippy touch here up in northwestern Minnesota. Say it ain't soda, but it is. Let's take a look at the snow and move it through, shall we? Here's the GFS totals through Saturday. Take a look at the depths in the, oh my God, the Sierras there. That could be record-breaking stuff there. That's 4 feet of snow popping in just a few hours. So this is the storm that they've been warning about that could be epic. And this is pretty significant. 4 feet of snow in just a few clicks of the model is unheard of, folks. So your Saturday should be a shatter day through Sunday morning. You will be buried all the way down to Baja. And then sometime late Sunday, the storm will dump into Arizona and the Four Corners region, where by Monday we should be picking up some snow here in my area, and another system will move east, dumping snow on Wisconsin, Michigan, New York State, northern Pennsylvania, North Jersey, and all of the Northeast. One of the nor'easters we're talking about, but the beaster doesn't arrive until the 3rd of March and the 4th. There it is, coming through. Now the snow totals have moved north, so the epic line will be from the northwestern suburbs of Philadelphia and north of there, so up into the Poconos, all the way through the Catskills, most of Boston, southern Vermont, and southern New Hampshire could be seeing record snow, 4 foot for 1,000 square miles. This is insane and will be record-breaking and tilt the scale. So stay tuned for the boom when these numbers come in sometime early March, just about 6 days from now when it begins. We're keeping a close eye on this, as this is looking epic. Now, we predicted this storm months ago at the beginning of winter, and it's a shame that not a lot of people have picked up on what we've put down. Seismic update. No quakes of note. We have a blot echo here happening in Indonesia, 4.9. Nothing significant. What is significant on the map is our warning about Trident. And we have a trifecta of quakes up in the Trident area here, including quite a significant quake here at 4.0, just adjacent to Trident volcano. Another 2.5 right on the caldera and a 2.5 off the flanks. So we do have a trifecta happening up in the Trident region as the alert level was raised yesterday to yellow. Hello, fellow. We're keeping a close eye on you. This baby is quite explosive and destructive. It only wants to erupt at VEI 3 or thereabouts. So this could be a big boom coming soon. As well as near Astra volcano, where we've had a significant uptick in seismicity at Astra and to an area just north and east of the volcano. So a lot of people calling this tectonic quakes, but because they're centralized in a region now going on months, this could be a new volcano emerging from the surface, which would be quite explosive and devastating to the planet. So keep a close eye on Iceland with us as we move you through the Earth changes. Worldwide volcano news update. Nothing to report out of the ordinary. Here we have some fantastic pictures coming from Suwanoshima volcano in Japan. The glow is visible at night and the volcanic explosions continue. Look at that column there. That's pretty substantial, but only going up about 1 kilometer. Nothing spectacular there. Nothing of significance to note worldwide. Until we come to space weather, we're still coming off a long duration solar flare here. Right there, M3.7 from active region 3229. The long duration M3.7 X-ray event was just observed following a filament eruption in the vicinity of AR 3229. These kinds of events can sometimes launch asymmetrical coronal mass ejections into space with tons of plasma. Let's take a look at the video once again. So what we're watching is that filament rise up. And if you took note from the GOES telemetry, this lasted for 4 to 6 hours, and it's still ongoing. So watch the streamer here, or let's get a longer picture of this. At the end of the visual here, which is about a 3-hour succession, the streamer is still visible, the filament, above the surface. So let me see if I can pause this here. This entire event you're looking at here is taking 3 or 4 hours. And even while we're producing the video, this portion of the filament is still attached to the sun. And it's moving more and more plasma closer and closer to Earth. Earth is in the vicinity of where this video is being shot. And it could be sending more chunks our way. Watch these last chunks coming our way. Yeah, that's shooting near Earth direction. Now, what does that mean for you and I? Well, it means, let's take a look at it from SDO A1A at 193 angstroms, shall we? And this is where the plasma filament is going to be emanating from. There it is, sitting here, getting thick, roping up. Let's wait for it to parse up here. Watch it boom. Boom! Wow. As fast as that. Watch it. Whoosh! Let's watch it again. Shoo! Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Here we are imaging it at ISWA Signet Streamer. And that's a massive blast. And it's actually showing a large portion hitting Earth. A major portion of that plasma filament hitting us. So this is always the not to go to model. We usually go to the WSA Enlil, which has a more realistic view. So this one is the alarmist model, kind of like suspicious observers perhaps. But we typically don't go with that. We look at this one and it's showing nothing currently. So check out the update in the morning for a more realistic view on the impact of this plasma filament. But based on the visuals coming here, most of the plasma is moving north. Watch it. Watch it develop and then shoot. Wow. So here we are over at our Twitter feed where we share all of the cutting edge science that we're uncovering during the day as we're watching. And here we can see coming from Halo CME, the latest 3.7 flare. And it is, well, it is completely spectacular. Look at the corona move from this filament ejection. So it's a massive event on the sun. And trippy as well, by the way. But if you're subscribed over at our Twitter channel, Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond to Dave, you will get access to all this cool stuff. We have over 5,000 followers. We want to get that to 10,000 by the end of the year. Ding, ding. And there's a lot of cool stuff on here on corruption, glyphosate, from GMO Free USA. The FDA releases the results of tests for PFAS in food. Now, we've just revealed on this channel this year how PFAS is in all of the rainwater on the entire planet. And the FDA was tasked to test foods, yet the tests weren't sensitive enough to even detect most PFAS. And the test didn't even include PFAS used in the packaging. That's your FDA, the fucking disaster association, in my opinion. Just like the sun. Here's your 3 to 4 week temperature outlook in the end of March. It's looking like a cold country, and maybe like spring will never happen. But for our sake, the FDA's new test results on PFAS in food tell quite an incomplete story. Yeah. The story is that they're frauds, and the FDA is not there to help you. They're there to disinform you. Now, if you want some real information on how to farm, how to seed save, and how to get free weed? Well, come to the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange April 1st and 2nd in the San Luis Valley. Boom. Leah and I will be speaking on Saturday, April 1st at Joyful Journeys Hot Springs in Moffett, Colorado, where you can soak all day, hang out, and pimp all night. Help grow our local food shed. Learn how to survive and thrive in one of the most remote regions in the world where there are no state prisons like Observer Ranch. And if you want to know more scientific information that's not from a lawyer, please check out our radio show on Revolution Radio every Saturday noon Mountain Time. Studio B, just click the link at revolution.radio, where last week we talked about AD 536, the sun dimmed and the world shivered, leading to famine, plague, and, well, the Dark Ages. And tomorrow we will posit our own hypothesis on the scenario on Revolution Radio. And that is a boom to knowledge, hypothesis, and science. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. I hope you got something out of the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this with like-minded people. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe.